everyone, and welcome to part 5 of me making 52 spooky Halloween cards to celebrate this season. So far, I have 38 cards done, so I'm going to do 4 more in this video and then we will be at 42 and we will only have 10 more to go. Before I begin, be sure to like and subscribe and let's see what I can come up with. Since we are getting down to the last few cards, it's been really hard to come up with ideas, but some of you guys suggested Scarecrow, so that's what I'm doing for this one. I decided to make it a little more spooky by adding a little pumpkin head, which probably isn't the smartest for a Scarecrow since I'm sure crows like to eat pumpkin. But anyway, that's what I decided to do because pumpkins are still cute and because it reminds me of this little pumpkin scarecrow thing my mom has as a decoration in her house during this time of year. So that's what I'm going with. First, I sketched it out and now I'm going in with my fine liner, same as always. And then, of course, we are going to be using my Ohuhu markers to color everything in. Here is a reminder of all of these colors that I have. I have about 40, so here's what I have. And now let's get into it. Of course, the pumpkin head is going to be orange. I say of course it's going to be orange, but thinking about it, I guess there are a lot of different types of pumpkins, so never mind, don't just assume, but it will be orange. That to me screams Halloween and screams fall, so that's what I'm doing. And I gave him this cute little pilgrim type of hat, so I'm coloring that in brown. And then I moved on to accenting all of those little hay pieces that I made. I made him like little hair kind of out of straw, and then I colored in his face. I decided to color in the inside black, and then I thought I'd try out this technique, which I have never successfully done before or really even tried. So I'm trying to make plaid. So that's what I'm doing. I chose to do red, orange, and yellow for the plaid to try and make it look fall, but let me know if you think it worked and if you read plaid from that, and if not, then I'll keep practicing. But anyway, then I went ahead and colored the bottom part brown as well to match the hat, and now it's time to go in with my favorite part and add in those gel pen details. I decided to accent the hay with some gold, and then I even put some gold stripes in with the plaid just for fun, and I added some accents around the face as well just to make it pop. For the background, I decided to take a blue gel pen and add in some circles, name this one Scarecrow, punch the corner, and this one was completed. I love the gel pens in the light, but now it's time for the next card. As you guys have probably been able to tell, I am kind of obsessed with cats. I think they're so cute and I love them. I have 2 of my own, so I wanted to do another cat card. This one was kind of inspired by the bat card that I did a little bit, but this time I wanted to make it a different type of cat. So this is not a bat cat, but it is a wizard cat. So I gave this cat a little wizard hat and of course a matching cape. That one was a lot of fun to design and it was just really cute. I also gave him a little magic wand, which I thought would be a fun little touch. I added stars to the hat and the cape to give it that classic wizard pattern, and now I'm going in and fine lining everything. For the style that I'm doing with these cards, the outlining is pretty important and I rely pretty heavily on it, so I try to make it as good as I possibly can and as smooth as I can to highlight and accentuate everything. But now I'm going to erase and start coloring in. I decided to do a classic blue and yellow for the cape, so that's what I'm doing. I went a little rogue here on the stars because I knew I would go in with a gel pen later, so didn't really matter if I colored it in. But anyway, I colored in that little magic wand, and then I was going to make this cat a gray cat, you know, like the ones with the little stripes and everything, but then I kind of decided that I liked it kind of more white gray than a gray gray, if that makes sense, so I decided to still add in a couple stripes, but then leave it a little lighter than I was initially going to, and then I added in those gel pen details that I always talk about. But here I am, I just think they make the biggest difference and really bring the art to life and just give it that extra pop it really needs. I decided to make the eyes kind of magical looking by making them gold too. And then it was time to go in with the background colors, and for the background I wasn't really sure what I should do with this because I didn't really know what would complement it, but I decided on this kind of blue, purpley ombre. So that's what I went with, and then I colored the base for the card for this one matching the hat, so I did it blue, and of course I named the card Wizard. Then I went ahead and outlined it with some more gel pen details, and then I punched the corners, and this card was completed. Again, look at that gold shine. I just think that makes all of the difference. And now it's time to move on to the next card, and for this card I decided to do a haunted tree. When I think about trees coming to life, I typically don't think of very nice trees. I typically think of the tree from The Wizard of Oz that throws apples at Dorothy, and I guess technically she did start the fight. But anyway, for this one I decided to do a spooky tree, so I gave it a little spooky face, and then I wanted to add in some moss and all of that kind of things. So I went ahead and outlined the entire thing and all of the details, and then it was time again to color in the Ohuhu markers, and I had a pretty good idea in my head of the color scheme. Since this tree is haunted, I wanted the colors to feel kind of dark and moody, like it would feel in a dark forest. So that's what I'm going with. I tried to make the face green at first, but I really did not like that, but that's okay because I can just go over it. So I changed it to black just to make it a little more spooky and to make it stand out a little more. And then I colored the tree in brown, and then it was time to start working on the top of the tree. When I'm not sure about colors, I always start with the lightest shade first because you can always go darker, but it's very, very, impossible to go lighter once you've gone dark. So I just kind of layered on colors after colors from lightest to darkest and then started adding in finer details as I went along. I decided to stick with the dark foresty greens, so I made the background green as well and kind of added some squiggle patterns in that. And then I wanted to emphasize the tree a little bit more, so I decided to outline it with a black Ohuhu marker, and then I decided to match the bottom of the card to the top. I felt like it needed a little more something special, so I added in some green gel pen details, and then I named this one Haunted Tree. I decided to try and add in some white gel pen details because I still felt like the design was lacking, but to be honest with you, I really didn't like that, so I went in and covered it back up with the same brown I used before, and then this one was completed, but I'm glad I tried new things with it. And now it's time for the next card and the last card of this video, and I was going to do a bat. That was a little too simple, so I decided to try again. Once I paused for a minute and actually thought out the design, I decided that it would be really fun to do an upside down bat. So I'm drawing it right side up to kind of help me. Those eyes were a little too spooky, so I decided to make them circles. That would be a little cuter. But then I flipped it upside down, or right side up, because I want it to be upside down. But anyway, then I decided to add in some bats in the background and to add in some stars and the moon, just to add in a little bit of surrounding details and give it an environment to be upside down in. And then it was time to outline everything once again. This one was probably the hardest one to design and sketch out just because I'm really not familiar with bats all that much. I did use my nails as inspiration to make the little bats in the background, which was kind of fun. And then I erased everything, and now it's time to go in with Ohuhu markers. I've done this a couple times, but I thought it would be fun to try and make every color in this card purple, so that's what I tried to do, and I kind of picked this kind of too pinky purple for the bat's face and for its legs, and that was kind of a mistake, but I really couldn't go back on it, so I tried to make the most of it, and I tried to add that color in the middle of the bat as well to kind of blend everything together, and I think it came through, but I'm not in love with the color scheme of that. I just think it's way too pink and not enough purple, but I tried to make it happen and make it work. And then I went ahead and added in the gold gel pen details that I needed, and then added in some around the bat as well to kind of make it look like it was shining, back the moon and the stars, I decided that some purple gel pen would definitely save this design. I decided to name it Bats. I punched the corners and then it was completed. I do think the gold gel pen and the purple gel pen saved that one, but here is the first one again: the Scarecrow, the cute little wizard cat, the haunted tree, and the bats card. Let me know which one of these 4 cards was your favorite because I would love to know. I think that mine is probably the wizard cat. It is just so cute and so fun, and I love cats. But this one is probably my second favorite. But again, let me know which one was your favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe and keep watching because like I said, there are 10 more left. Let me know what you think. Let me know which one has been your favorite so far. Now we have 10 more to go, so stay tuned to see another video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!